Meliodas is one of the strongest characters in all of anime, but what if I told you that his Demon King form will make him the strongest character in all of Shonen? But no, in all seriousness, let's just say that Demon King Meliodas, once he finally is 100% here, he will be the strongest character in the whole series without a doubt. But all that strength will come at an extreme cost, and he will be forced to have to lose something that's very important to Meliodas himself. Now, Meliodas becoming the Demon King was something foreshadowed in the very beginning because he was the leader of the Ten Commandments, and let's be honest, that was probably one of the most hypest moments for Meliodas, him being the leader of basically the strongest demons that existed. And we do know that he was the quote-unquote vessel for the Demon King because the new Demon King was supposed to be Meliodas with the Demon King's original body, because obviously he just wanted to use Meliodas, but we know now how that's turning out and it's not going too well. However, we do find out that the Holy War, the whole war that's been going on, it literally started because Meliodas left the Demon Clan. So that just goes to show you what type of power he did have in the Demon Clan, in the Demon Realm. And we now know that Meliodas, he has the decision of becoming the full Demon King himself, and he'll have to make that decision in order to not only save his friends, but in order to put down his own father. And we know that this would mean the end of the 7 deadly sins. Yes, the end of the 7 deadly sins, because we know that Meliodas, he is the leader of the 7 deadly sins. But if he does actually accept the role of Demon King, he will have to leave the 7 deadly sins, because we know that as the Demon King, you have to at least be in purgatory, or you will have to go to the Demon Clan. And we saw, or the Demon Realm, and we saw what purgatory did to someone like Bond. Bond was immortal, but the minute that he stepped inside purgatory, he lost his immortality. That goes to show you how dangerous and how spooky purgatory is, because there's a lot of crazy things that go down. The fact that you can lose immortality goes to show you how dangerous it is. But no, in all seriousness, we know that the sins, they would not be able to accompany Meliodas if he did make that switch to become the Demon King, because humans have their bodies torn apart and everything. Merlin already explained it. So the 7 deadly sins would definitely have to come to an end. But it doesn't stop there, because we know it will most likely be the end of Meliodas x Elizabeth. Yes, Meliodas would not be able to keep Elizabeth if he's Demon King. And that's the biggest problem that Meliodas has had so far. The fact that he can't find a way to bring Elizabeth with him peacefully, that is what's holding him back from becoming the Demon King. Because let's be honest, Meliodas would have became the Demon King and saved everybody else's lives in all this war had he not have to basically help Elizabeth and have to make sure that she stays alive. And we know the whole ordeal with the goddess clan, purgatory, demons, all that stuff. Elizabeth being a goddess, that just does not fit well. That's like water and oil. You're just asking for some trouble. So Elizabeth trying to go down and become, I guess you could say, the goddess or the wife of the Demon King, it just would not work out because of her lineage and because of her clan and her race and everything. This could ultimately lead to the end of Meliodas x Elizabeth. So I know you guys must be asking, yo, Supreme Reek, if all this negative stuff's going to happen, then why would Meliodas become the Demon King? Meliodas will still 100% have to become the Demon King, because number one, you need a Demon King. Like, you literally actually need one in order to hold balance. And it's been shown Meliodas is probably the only character in the series that's from the Demon Realm that has a kind heart that will actually do it perfectly. And we know that he will have to leave the sins once it does happen regardless. And if we're being honest, the 7 deadly sins, they're looking like they're going to disband by the end of the series. So I could definitely see him leaving the 7 deadly sins. And we do know that if he does become the Demon King, he would be able to break the curse off of Elizabeth and get her to stay alive. And that's Meliodas' biggest goal in the series, because obviously he's been doing this for 3,000 years. So I do believe that once he does become the Demon King, he will use that to break the curse off of Elizabeth. But the most important thing to Meliodas is once he finally does become the Demon King, this will be the first time in history, in his life, that he'll be able to save his little brother Zeldris. Because we know Meliodas, the number one regret that he has is that he could never save Zeldris. Zeldris always ended up in the worst situations. I mean, from somebody who's a Zeldris fanboy, I can attest to that. But Meliodas is finally starting to see the errors in his ways, and he wants to help Zeldris more than anything. So I do believe that he will become the Demon King in order to save Zeldris and make sure that he does make it back to Gelda. Because yo, if Meliodas can see his little brother smiling again with the girl of his dreams, I definitely do think that he would do that to become the Demon King. But overall, are you guys excited for Demon King Meliodas? Because yo, I think he's going to be the strongest character, if not one of the strongest characters in all of anime history, and he's going to serve one of the biggest roles in the series as well. Comment what you guys see down below. Subscribe if you haven't. Peace out.